100% came from identifiable channels.
Real
Real word of mouth, where the market talks about specific players in your space, generally develops around 7 figures of R when you've built a recognizable brand.
Before
Before that, it's usually just unattributed direct traffic. Sales demos for high, touch funnels for founders with high, touch funnels. Sales skills are non-negotiable. Walling frames sales as an educational conversation, not a persuasion exercise. When selling SaaS, think of yourself as an unpaid expert who's helping the prospect solve their problem using software. Aina Volset, Tiny Seed County, found the qualified before demoing. There are few things worse than running a demo for someone without the budget or use case for your product. Ask about budget, timeline, company size, and the specific problem before getting on a call. Use a qualifying form to pre-filter demo requests. Have a script even if you can run a demo with your eyes closed. A standard script lets you train someone to take over sales. It also ensures consistency and allows you to identify where prospects drop off. Demo best practice. It's not a product or don't walk through every feature. A sales demo is proof you can solve their specific problem, not a comprehensive walkthrough. Only show the features relevant to their stated pain. Key demo questions: what problem are you looking to solve? This is the most important. Anchor the demo on their pain, not your features. The SaaS Playbook by Rob Walling, comprehensive summary, page 18 of 40. How are you solving that problem today? Understand the incumbents so you can position your solution relative to what they know. How big is your organization? Understand the deal size and decision-making process. How sophisticated is their understanding? Calibrate depth of explanation. What's the decision-making process? Who else needs to sign off? When should you follow up? The hack. Screen prospects automatically at drip. Anyone who clicked book AD. Emo saw a pop up asking their name and list size. Low list size. Redirected to a self-service video demo. High list size. Directed to the scheduling link for a live demo. As drip grew, the threshold for live demos was raised, freeing up sales team time for higher value prospects. Key takeaway: the best marketing strategy is rarely trying everything. It's finding 1 or 2 channels that work and scaling them relentlessly. Marketing is a test and measured discipline, not a creative exercise. The SaaS Playbook by Rob Walling, comprehensive summary, page 19 of 40, part 5. Team, building and growing your people in the early days. Every founder wears every hat. Support, code, marketing, sales, onboarding. To grow, you must systematically peel off hats and delegate them to the right people. The key principle, delegate roles, not tasks. Departments in a SaaS company. Walling identifies the core departments and likely first hires for each product, focused on what to build and how it functions. First hire, product manager, typically above $1 million R, design, defines how features should look and function from the user's perspective. First hire, UX designer, engineering, writes code and manages production servers. First hire, software engineer, marketing, generates and converts inbound leads. First hire, depends on funnel type, but typically someone with experience in 1 to 2 specific channels, SEO, PPC, sales, brings in qualified leads and closes deals. First hire, account executive who qualifies and closes their own deals, customer support, answers incoming tickets, chats and calls. Often the earliest hire, customer success, focuses on onboarding and retention. First hire, customer success manager, HR, operations, compliance, payroll, people ops. Usually combined into an operations manager role later. How to decide what role to fill next. Track your time for 1 to 2 weeks to compile all the tasks you're handling. Group them into departments and roles. Then ask, which of these am I bad at and someone else could do better? Which am I good at but don't enjoy? Which could I stop doing without negative impact? Which could be handed off to a current team member? Which, if leveled up, would most grow the company? As a general rule, support is usually an early hire because it's repetitive and lower value than what founders should spend time on. Sales, marketing implementation, and development come next. The sequence depends on founder skill sets. Combining roles early on when roles don't require 40 hours per week. Combining makes sense. Common effective combinations: customer support plus customer success for lower ARPA products, sales plus customer success for inbound warm lead products, marketing plus sales at early stages before specialization. The SARS Playbook by Rob Walling, comprehensive summary, page 20 of 40 important caveat. As a founder, you're often more effective than the average hire. Something you handle in 10 hours might take a new hire 20. And when you're context switching between roles, you're often not doing any of them at full quality. Don't invent job titles. Walling learned this the hard way at Drip. When recruiting for a senior scaling architect, the recruiter couldn't find salary benchmarks and qualified candidates didn't recognize the title in job searches. Use standard SARS job titles so candidates can find your posting and so your employees can represent their experience accurately to future employers. The standard engineering hierarchy: Chief Technical Officer greater than VP of Engineering, Director of Engineering, Manager of Engineering, Senior Software Engineer, Software Engineer, Junior Software Engineer. Caution with elevated titles for early employees. If you call your first customer service person head of customer success and later need a real manager above them, you've created an awkward situation. Special considerations for technical founders. Technical founders have a natural tendency to solve business problems by building. Is revenue plateauing? Build more features. High churn? Build more features. Closing few sales? Build more features. This is almost never the right answer. Deep coding work requires a maker's schedule, long uninterrupted blocks, while running a startup requires a manager's schedule, fragmented one. Our blocks filled with calls and tasks. Continuing to do both hampers growth. Walling's advice: hire developer S to get yourself out of the code and build your marketing and sales skills, because those disciplines drive growth more than additional features. The non-technical founder challenge: 90% of bootstrapped SaaS companies have at least one technical founder. If you don't, you're in a difficult position. You need to hire a developer, can't always evaluate their work, and can't build nights and weekends to conserve cash. Craig Hewitt, Castos, advisors. If I did it again, I'd want my first developer to be a co-founder or someone I know very well. I've wasted too much money being misled by developers who don't care about the outcome. Be a team, not the family calling employees family is disingenuous. You don't fire your sister. Walling prefers Netflix's high-performing team framing. Teams maintain appropriate boundaries, allow objective performance management, and don't enmesh personal and professional relationships. If you hire and tolerate mediocre performance, your best people will leave and you will build a culture of underperformance. Rule of thumb: no one has ever said, "I fired that person too soon." The regret is almost always that you waited too long. Hiring managers, supervision versus leadership. The SaaS Playbook by Rob Walling, comprehensive summary, page 21 of 40. Walling distinguishes between two components of management. Supervisor approves vacation, gives reviews, handles salary decisions, handles HR nuts and bolts. Leader gives technical guidance, mentorship, direction, and expertise. Both are manager functions, but they require different skills. In early stages, divide these roles. A brilliant technical lead doesn't need to burn cycles scheduling vacation approvals. 3 levels of thinkers. Task level thinkers, focused on current or next task. Most careers begin here. Project level thinkers, look ahead weeks or months, juggle multiple priorities, manage complex deliverables. Owner level thinkers, not just manage projects but improve processes, bring strategic ideas, think months or years ahead. As your business transforms from a product into a company, typically $20,000 to $40,000 MRR, bring project level or owner level thinkers onto your team. Until then, every decision routes back to you, and you will burn out. When to hire managers: find leads once you have 2 to 3 people in a department. Find a manager once you have 4 to 5. Promote from within when possible, but recognize that being a great individual contributor doesn't automatically make someone a great manager. Many bootstrap founders have never had a real job with good management, making it difficult to model good management themselves. Management truth: giving both positive and negative feedback builds trust, the most important element of management. Your team needs to trust that you'll be fair, honest, and that you'll take responsibility when things go wrong. Attracting great candidates as a bootstrapper, high pay and Fortune 500 benefits probably aren't your competitive advantage. But you have other advantages: fully remote work, small team with no politics, direct access to and learning from founders, fast growing company with interesting problems, meaningful impact on product and company direction. Write job descriptions like sales letters. Show candidates why working at your company will be unlike anywhere they've worked before. Use specific, personality-driven language that filters for people who will thrive in your environment. Players want to work with other players, signal that you're selective. Equity, stock options, and profit-sharing bonuses. The SARS Playbook by Rob Walling, comprehensive summary, page 22 of 40. Flexible but arbitrary. Can cause resentment if people feel others are favored. If you don't have a profitable year and can't pay bonuses employees were counting on, it damages trust. Better to incentivize with approaches tied to business outcomes. Equity gives emotional and financial ownership. The challenge, equity only pays out when you sell or pay dividends. For bootstrap companies with long-time horizons, equity isn't as immediate a motivator. Also has complex tax implications. Giving employees equity in an LLC can create taxable events even when no cash changes hands. Stock options, the standard startup incentive. Employees can purchase shares at a fixed strike price, typically over a 4-year vesting schedule. Simpler tax implications than equity. Most appropriate when your goal is growth and eventual exit. Profit sharing best for long-term, profitable businesses that aren't planning a near-term exit. Structure as a pool, e.g., 10 to 15% of profits distributed quarterly, allocated to full-time employees. Balsamic gives 25% of the pool equally and 75% based on seniority and cost of living. Quarterly distributions are better than monthly, less paperwork, or annual, keeps underperformers around too long. The co-founder question: do you need a co-founder? Venture capitalists favor founding teams, but in the bootstrap SaaS space, 56% of successful companies are solo founders. The most equity you'll ever give away is to a co-founder. You don't need one to succeed, but there can be enormous value in having a partner through a long journey. Choosing a co-founder, are your skills complementary? Developer plus marketer is an ideal pairing. How well do you know this person? Date before you're married, work on small projects before equity changes hands. Are you protected if things go wrong? Vest everyone's equity, typically over 4 years. How much value does this person actually add? If you're on the fence, the answer is usually no. Too many founders adding a third or fourth founder for psychological comfort rather than genuine skill contribution is a mistake. 3 or 4 co-founders often means one weak link who doesn't pull their weight, creating interpersonal dynamics that harm the business. The partnership between co-founders is intense, more time together than with your significant other. More founders isn't inherently better. Key takeaway: hire slowly, fire quickly. Build a high-performing team with clear role definitions and real accountability. Delegate roles, not tasks. And take care of yourself. Founder burnout kills more businesses than bad products do. The SaaS Playbook by Rob Walling, comprehensive summary, page 23 of 40. The SaaS Playbook by Rob Walling, comprehensive summary, page 24 of 40. Part 6. Metrics. The 80/20th framework for SaaS. Most founders get overwhelmed by metrics because they don't know which to track or track too many. Walling's 80/20th approach. Focus on the 20% of metrics that drive 80% of your results. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. Peter Drucker, the 2 North Star metrics every SaaS founder should look at these weekly, at minimum. MRR, monthly recurring revenue, how far you've traveled, month growth rate, how fast you're going. These are lagging indicators. They tell you what's already happened. To understand what will happen, you need the 3 high, 3 low framework. The 3 high, 3 low metrics framework. These 6 metrics, plus MRR and growth, tell you 2 things: how healthy your business is and when your revenue will plateau. They are intentionally pushing one high often pushes another lower. The 3 low metrics, push these down. Low number 1. Customer acquisition cost, CAC equals all costs associated with acquiring customers divided by number of customers acquired in that period. Includes ad spend, sales salaries, your own time, valued at a rate like $150 per hour, and any other marketing costs. For bootstrappers, most successful companies target a 2 to 6 month payback period. Even at their peak, Drip only extended to 7 to 8 months payback, the high end for bootstrap companies. Contrast with VC-backed companies, where the rule of thumb is spending up to 1/3 of LTV on CAC, which can mean waiting 18+ months to recoup acquisition costs. Bootstrappers can't afford that. Low number 2. Sales effort, a measure of the length of your sales cycle and the number of touch points required to close. Track average days from first demo to close, and average number of calls to close. Ways to reduce sales efforts. Self-serve sign, up and onboarding, eliminate the need for a salesperson entirely for lower price tiers. 1. Call close. Target single decision makers, founders, developers,